Greetings, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to my first video on this channel. I don't know what intro I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that one just as that. It's what I do on the podcast. It's what I do on the podcast that we haven't uploaded for like 2 months, but it's what I do there. It's what I do on the main channel. So maybe it's what I'll do here, maybe not. Let's see. Give me any ideas if you have any other intro ideas, and maybe they will be utilized. But hello, it's me, Savannah, Sav, Kiwi, the queer Kiwi, on the new channel titled Kiwi. This channel was going to be Kiwi with a Q without the U. But then I discovered that that's like a hemp cigarette brand. So when you searched it into YouTube, you just got like a bunch of people smoking, and I was like, maybe that's not the best idea. So we've gone for Kiwi, but you can pronounce it Kiwi. For obvious reasons. Queer Kiwi, you know, it makes sense. You get it. You're smart. You get it. And I've created this channel just because my normal videos sometimes get the best of me. It's a lot of stress having to do the videos that I do, and like staying in this sort of similar format and doing that sort of stuff. I really, really love the videos that I make. I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm so grateful, and I love making them, and I will continue to. But sometimes I need a break. Sometimes I want to break away from that sort of type of video, that sort of style of video, and just do some other stuff. But it makes me kind of anxious to post it there. So I've decided to come here and make this channel, and whenever I feel like inspired to do something, or I want to sit down and talk about something, I want to do something and share it with you, I now have somewhere to do it where like views don't matter, and stuff like that, which is really cool, because as much as I would like to say views don't matter, they kind of do, because I need money to live. Capitalism! Woo! So that's why we're here today. And I thought, what better way to start my channel than with a Q&A? The most basic thing to do ever. But that's what we're gonna do. I went onto Instagram, I asked you to ask me some questions, and you did. So I'm gonna answer them. How is this channel going to be different from the Queer Kiwi? Like I said, it's just gonna be sort of fun stuff. I can do some Q&As. I'm gonna talk about stuff that I enjoy. I'm gonna like maybe sit down and do some things. I don't know. We'll find out together. I have no idea what's gonna go up here, but I'm excited to find out. It's just gonna be nice to have like a little bit of a break and be able to do other stuff that I find fun sometimes when I'm a bit exhausted from my other content. How did you get your hair done, and where did you get it done? Kat does my hair for me. The first few times I dyed it rainbow, I did myself. So like most of last year with my rainbow hair, I did that by myself. And then now Kat does it for me. Basically you just tie it into little sections and then just dye it. So like at the moment it's like blue, it's like layered, and we just tie each layer into a different ponytail and then just dye it up. If that makes sense. That's how it works. It's actually quite easy. It just takes a really long time. What part of New Zealand are you from? I am from Auckland. So you then apologized. Sorry for the action of Aucklanders. I am also from Auckland, so I also apologize for the act of Aucklanders. Just the whole country. We're all kind of shit. How long have you had your piercings, and how many piercings do you have? I think I currently have 18 piercings. I think. I don't know. A few of them have closed up. I've lost a few. I used to have quite a few more, but they've like gone. I haven't had a new piercing in like 3 years now. Oh my god, that's so long. I need a new piercing desperately. My god. Yeah, I haven't had a new piercing in like 3 years because I stopped working as a piercer, so I stopped getting them for free. So I stopped getting them. And then obviously COVID has prevented me from getting any more. Yeah, I did a whole video about piercings and all the piercings that I have and how much they hurt, if you wanted to check that out. What groups do you stan? So, groups that I stan, the groups that I stan the most, my alt group is Stray Kids, and then I have my other groups that I like stan are ATEEZ, The Boys, and B2B. So basically Kingdom groups. It started with just Stray Kids, and then Kingdom happened, and now I am in love with so many. And my bias in each of them, my bias in Stray Kids is Hyunjin, my bias in ATEEZ is Wooyoung and Hongjung, my bias in The Boys is impossible to choose, but Channy, and my bias in B2B is Minhyuk. the love of my life. Do you still like 5 stars? 5 stars will always be a really big part of my life. They helped me a lot. They were like my favorite people in the entire world when I was a teenager. They helped me through my abusive relationship. They were like kept me grounded and actually like kept me going through that time of my life. They're the first group and the first people that I ever like stand. I have my 5 stars tattoo, which is, it says burst into color, which is lyrics from Jet Black Heart. And although I don't stan them anymore, I wasn't a huge fan of Calm. They will always have a huge part of my heart, and they'll always be like, I'll always listen to their new music when they put it out. Luke Hemmings, I really, really love his album. It's a really fucking fantastic album, and I'm really, really proud of him. Yeah, I don't stan them anymore. I wouldn't really say I'm like a fan, but I still really appreciate them and will listen to their music when they put it out. Rank every single one of your photo cards. I want to see them all. I can't do that. I have so many. Kat and I are going to do an album tour on our podcast channel, our joint channel. We will do an album tour. We're working on that at the moment. We're just waiting for our jewel cases to arrive. And then we will do one of those. We have like 130 albums, I think. And they all come with at least one. Some of them come with like 6. So I can't rank all of those. But the closest you will get to me doing that will be on our other channel. So stay tuned for that if you want to see it. What inspired your trademark hair? I don't dye my hair very often. I don't use a ton of dye. My dye lasts forever. So when I moved to the UK, I moved with like a ton of dye. And I used to have my hair, like pink and purple and yellow were like the colors that I had in my hair. So when I moved to London, I had like a bunch of hair dye with me. But then I was like, oh, I kind of want to go blue and green, just to change it up. So I ordered some blue and green hair dye. And that meant that I had all the colors. And I was like, lol, what if I went rainbow? And I had a couple of my friends be like, I fucking dare you. And I was like, all right, fine, bet. I found a video on Arctic Fox's Instagram and I dyed it rainbow. I woke up that morning thinking I was going to have blue and green hair. And I went to bed with rainbow hair. And I just never turned back. Do you have any pets? If not, do you want any? I do back home in New Zealand. I have a dog, Biscuit, and then I have 4 cats. Chuckchit, Smudges, Scribbles, and Oreo. And last year, one of my cats, Snowy, also passed, which was really awful because I obviously didn't get to see her or say goodbye. But yeah, so at home I have 5 pets. Here I don't have any, but we really want a cat. We're gonna go home, hopefully borders will open next year. And we're gonna go home for a little bit, and then when we come back, we're really hoping to get a cat. And obviously a rescue cat, and the name we have picked out for them is Madame Raz from She-Ra. We picked out that name like a year ago now when we first watched it. Over a year ago, like a year and a half ago when we first watched She-Ra. We were like, Madame Raz, that's a good name for a cat. And we've held on to that, and I still 100,000% stand by that. We are going to get a cat, and it is going to be named Madame Raz. So you can take my fucking word for that. Hopefully this time next year we will have a cat. When did you realize you wanted to pursue YouTube, and what were your first steps in doing that? So I've always wanted to do YouTube. YouTube has been my like main source of like content since I was like 12, I think. It's always been something I've really loved and really admired and wanted to do, but it's always been really difficult to do because I am not very dedicated to things. I find it really hard to like stick to things. I change my mind about things a lot. It's really difficult because I go through like a personality identity crisis like once a week. But music has always been like what I've wanted to do, like making content of any sort to like help people and talk to people and share my experiences has been what I've wanted to do since literally forever. And YouTube I started doing because I started doing TikToks last year, like political sort of TikToks and trying to help people there. And then I was like, okay, I talk a lot, let me move this to YouTube. So I started making content on YouTube, and then that just picked up. And then now I'm here. I didn't really take any steps to it. It kind of just happened. I didn't expect it to. This is not at all where I expected to be. And I'm so grateful to be here, but yeah, I'm sorry I can't give you very much advice or anything on that. I kind of just did it, and it just happened to work out really well for me. Favorite music artist that people would be surprised to hear that you like? I don't think there are any that I can surprise people with. So, like, I've been listening to K-pop since not even a year yet. It was December last year I found K-pop, and now it's like 95% of what I listen to. But prior to that, and like still my favorite artists are Halsey. Halsey will always be like one of my favorite artists. And The Main as my favorite band, and I still fucking love The Main. I have a tattoo for The Main with lyrics from one of my favorite songs, which is Unlost, and the quote is "How lucky you are to have yourself," and it is in the lead singer's handwriting. He wrote it for me after a concert. I don't know if that's surprising. I feel like I do come off as a pop punk bitch, so probably not surprising that a pop punk band is my favorite band. Halsey, also really not surprising at all. And you all know that I like K-pop. Like, it's not hidden. I think I could name any group and you wouldn't be surprised. B2B. Is B2B surprising? Yeah, is anyone surprised that I love B2B? No? Is it? No, probably not. I don't really have any. I really like B. Miller. Not really surprising. Youngblood, also not surprising. No, I don't have any surprising music taste. I think that I'm pretty predictable. It's more the people I don't listen to that are surprising, because I kind of just like have set artists and then I like cling on to them for dear life and I don't listen to anyone else. I listened exclusively to Halsey, Five Sauce, and The Main for like 5 years. That was it. That was the only music I listened to for 5 years. And Melanie Martinez. Like, that was it for 5 years. So... no, I don't really have anything surprising. Any new music? I'm working on it. I'll have some someday, I promise. I sent emails yesterday for the first time in forever. So, one day. What piercing would you never get? Yeah, I'd never get a smiley piercing. I would never get cheek piercings. I think I wouldn't get any facial piercings other than lip piercings. And like my nose, obviously. I used to really want a tongue web piercing. I don't know why, but I went through a thing of really wanting a tongue web piercing. I never got it. Because my boss didn't like them, so he wouldn't give me one. But I really wanted one for a while. What stereotypical clique were you in high school? What was your thing? What clique was I in high school? I locked myself in the bathroom and sat by myself all lunchtime clique. I had depression. What's your favorite movie and TV show? I don't watch movies. I've never watched movies. Like, I don't watch movies. I don't know movies. I haven't been watching much TV recently, but my favorite TV shows are Gilmore Girls, New Girl, and She-Ra. So, New Girl is my comfort show. I've watched it like 3 bajillion times. I watch it like 4 times a year. Gilmore Girls is another one that I just like put on. I watched every episode many, many times, and She-Ra is just a fantastic show that I've also watched a bunch of times. So those are my 3 favorite shows. I don't really watch a ton of like new shows. I just rewatch those 3 over and over, forever. Lucifer's also quite good. Yeah, I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. How would you describe your sexuality? I don't. I just say queer because I don't really know how to explain it. I kind of just like who I like. And I like sleep with who I sleep with. I just don't care. That's really why I go with queer. I don't really feel like any label like fits me. I don't really feel comfortable with any label. So I just go with queer because it doesn't feel like it boxes me in. And I understand why labels work for people and I understand why people have them and I completely respect that. They're just not for me. How have you dealt with the pressures of being on the internet, uploading videos, etc.? I don't deal with it very well sometimes. Sometimes I get the very overwhelming urge to just like delete myself off of the internet and run away and go live in a cave. It's really stressful, it's really scary, and sometimes I really, really genuinely absolutely hate it. It's really difficult. It's interesting because like you're able to like block it out, right? Like sometimes I'm able to disconnect and like I see the numbers of views and I'm like, no, that's not real. Those aren't people. Because as soon as you think about it, it's like really scary. So I kind of just don't. I'm very good at convincing myself that no one watches me and no one cares about me. Because I have BPD and I have depression and I have low self-confidence. So I'm really good at just like convincing myself no one cares. That's one way I deal with it. That also doesn't help though. I'm still working on it. Basically is my answer. I'm working on it. I've been here for so long. I need to stop, but there are so many questions. Why did you leave New Zealand? I've always planned to leave New Zealand. There's more opportunities here. At first I wanted to move just for music, but also I have a lot of trauma at home and getting as far away from it as possible is like really healing and really helpful. So yeah, leaving behind trauma and like abusive people and just starting over was so nice. Like I am such a different person now than I was before and I love who I am now so much more than who I was before. And it's just been really fucking liberating and freeing. And why is Kat here? We've talked about this on our podcast before, but basically we've planned to move to London together since we were 12, and we've been through a lot together. We've lived in separate countries for like 8 years, and then we finally ended up together. If you want to know more about our story, you can totally check that out on our podcast where we answer more about that. And we'll end off with Tara Moody's question for me, which is, what other hair colors would you try if you got bored of rainbow hair? I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've kind of tried them all. Like I said, I wanted to go like aqua again, but then I realized I have a lot of trauma associated with aqua hair. So I can't see myself with aqua hair again. I was pink and yellow and orange for like quite a while, and I really liked those colors, like the sunset cosmopolitan colors. I really liked those, but that's like, again, attached to a different person. I attach my hair with like who I am as a person. So I change it when I change. So this is like my third variation of rainbow because I felt like I needed to change, but like the rainbow hair is like part of not only like my brand, but also who I am as a person now. And I just needed a slight change, but I wanted to keep it, you know? But I associate like the hair colors I've had with who I was at that time. So I can't like redo hair colors I've had in the past, and I've done everything. So I don't know. Green, I haven't done, no, I did half green and half purple. I genuinely don't know. Red? No, my mom has red hair, I can't do red. I don't know. I'm just rainbow forever now. This is just my life. I can never change it. I'm rainbow forever. I think I signed up for that. It's never changing. We're here. We're stuck here for life now. I think I answered most of these questions. I'll be back, I don't know when, with another video about I don't know what. I'm excited to like just share some more of my life and some more of my personality with you. You can get to know me like a little bit better than you already do. So I'm excited for that. What am I going to post here? I don't know. You don't know. We'll find out together. If you've made it this far through this really fucking ridiculously long Q&A, thank you for sticking around. I love you. Subscribe. And have a good day.